Hello everyone, welcome back to Solasta Crown of the Magister. Last time we had a great big fight with many primates around this ruined building. And now there is some kind of door or temple down here. And our objective is simply, you can hear a waterfall not far away, leave the jungle and keep looking for Marin Ving. So we could go check out the temple, or we can come and see what's happening in this area of shade over here. I did find this small ledge here, but there's no way for us to navigate down to it at the moment. So I think what I'm going to do is just gently push over in this direction, see if we come across any foes or any creatures, and then if there's anything terrible looking, we can either opt into looking inside that temple, or we can head on back and take a long rest if needs be. Now, the compass is just showing the Emerald Forest, leave the jungle as an objective there. I don't know if we could come back here after this event if we needed to, if we wanted to come explore further. But we are going to hop over there and loot this tree trunk. A river emerald ingredient, so something for crafting, I'm sure. More and more of that lately, but no recipes or anything to make use of at the moment. Right, can we hop across here? No. But somebody told me, oh, our athletics folk can. Somebody told me that if we want to, we might be able to knock down these trees with ranged attacks. That is incredibly useful knowledge. Right, so that boulder down there is the one that we had seen previously. This opens up a whole big 3D space beneath us. Looks like we can climb down there if we want to. And the remnants of this direction. Not very much else. Seems that there's many ways to cross this river, but not very many destinations to find once we are over it. Yeah, so we've got plenty of ways to cross over here. This just takes us back now towards these temple doors. Or we can head down here. Now, do we want to go just poke our noses in this temple door? I think we do. We'll just see how expansive a place inside it might be. So I'll spare you the walk across. And then we will just try the door.
This gate is massive.
Oh, okay. The Underground Ruins, new quest started. Secondary quest. The massive stone gate is locked. You'll need 2 keys to open it. Well, that's going to change a lot of my expected progress, isn't it?
There are empty spaces here for something beetle-shaped.
Find a silver beetle key and a copper beetle key. Well, at least that solves that mystery for now. Assuming that we didn't miss anything in these torches or these containers, and the map will tell us that these are empty. I missed a blood bush back there. Otherwise, we could go back for these. It's a bit of a long hike though, just for some crafting components. Looks like we are going to be trying to climb down this waterfall then. So, where are we? Let's get everyone back here in an instant. Jaina taking up the rear with her incredibly low athletics. Now we have to figure out how we're getting down here. Let's send the most athletic of us ahead. We'll try and figure this out one piece at a time. Can we head down? Looks like we can head down that way, perhaps? or this way? We can come down this ledge on this side. There is a stone. I don't know if... It says click to push this object. I don't know what it's in the way of specifically, but hey. If it might be of any assistance. Nothing seems to have changed. We'll push this tree down while we're here as well. If we can make things any easier for the less athletic of the group, we absolutely will. There is another bush or shrub. Magnesium, oh my goodness. So there should be a bunch of stuff now that we can craft. We can do Potion of Healing, Herbalism Kit, Magnesium, Angry Violet, and Gallivan Amaranth. Seems that's it for now, but it's good to have. We can also make Scrolls of Cure Wounds as well, if we were playing as somebody else, but we currently have the party separated. How are we gonna get up there? With relative ease, it seems, for our barbarian. Shove that down. And how about this? We can get up the right-hand side. Not sure how all of this is helping, really, but hey. If we need to perhaps retreat in a hurry. Okay, we can't be on the other side of this. But we can climb up that. But we can't climb down. How peculiar. There's some boxes, some chests, and a boat. I think we're at about the point where we can just say, please get the party to here, and they'll all find their best and safest route down. Hopefully we don't, like, crit fail any kind of movement and fall and die, but there doesn't seem to be a risk mechanically at the moment. Let's get cautious in case there's anything hiding over in the darkness. And our quest currently is simply leave the jungle. New quest, explore the plain. Leave the waterfall and follow the tracks. Okay, so we're out of the jungle. Now we're into a piece of more open space. Looks like we're going to have another instance of doing some athletic traversals. Talk, you're in. And why not get Jaina to get some of these trees down while we're at it? Can we hit that one across the way? Yes, yes we can. Alright, Talk. Could you get to this tile? We'll push that rock off, and then I presume we can leap over once more. We'll try and get to that broken chest over there. Signs of life. Whether that's hostile or not, we will not yet know. Right, get over to this crate. And our survey says a javelin, 10 crossbow bolts, and a blood daffodil. Right, we're not wearing armor, so we don't have disadvantage on stealth rolls. A Forge Quartermaster. Well, that indicates to me that this is not a foe. Also, can we pickpocket in this game now? Because that never used to be a thing. At least not to my memory. But it seems like there's some kind of symbol for while we're sneaking. If we come out of Cautious, Meat Boy, new quest started. Meet the Outpost Commander. A quest for a faction of crafters and scavengers in the jungle. Telerin Pure Voice, Verdant Valley. You found a small outpost near a waterfall. Talk to the Outpost Commander to learn about the place. Absolutely. I can more than happily do anything that relates to me not just dying immediately. So, let's see how we go about climbing up. A couple of ladders, it seems. Shoddy ladders, but ladders nonetheless. Forge Quartermaster. That is just a suit of armor on a stick. Some kind of quest board and some doors. Forge Ranger. Can I steal this? Are you going to care that this is your belongings? No, but 4 food is incredible. That is a long rest to us. There is a fireplace if we wish to long rest again. Right, let's just grab Polly. We'll see if we can open some of these places if they're not going to take umbrage with our presence. Search through some containers. See if we can find any equipment or scrolls. Scroll of Misty Step is incredible. Can't hand it over yet, but we can hold on to it. Now, something that we haven't discussed is the wizard's ability to transcribe scrolls into their spellbook. So we only get to learn a couple of spells when we level up. But with some time and some money and some skill checks, what we can do is take a spell scroll and permanently inscribe it into our spellbook, which should be incredibly helpful for learning more spells. Studded leather, studded leather. None of us are wearing light armor, which this is an improved version of. Talks, proficiencies or skills. Do we currently have... Yes, it looks like our AC is 15, which is our unarmored defense, which is our dexterity bonus as standard, plus our constitution bonus of +3. If we were wearing this armor instead, it would be 12 plus dex, which would only be 14. So it's better for us to not be wearing that. Though we could still loot it and sell it. So if they're going to let us steal their belongings and sell them back to them perhaps, I'm not going to say no. We can loop around the back to this barrel. That has projectile parts, scarn powder, angry violets, acid, and Galavan amaranth. Very good for crafting. Again, there's another box here. And then it looks like we're getting to the end of the free looting, and we might actually start to have some conversations with some folks. Loads and loads of ammunition. Fine with that. And over this side, we did that one. There's no path up to there. There's some kind of giant cave-in down here. And then everything else further down the river. So, let's gather the party together and have a conversation. I'm hoping that the recording isn't super choppy. For the gameplay right now, it looks alright, but in the preview window, it doesn't look nearly as smooth. So if you're watching this right now, please do let me know if it doesn't look quite right, because it should look just fine. Right, Telerin Pure Voice Forge Quartermaster. We do not have high charisma players.
And rejoice, noble visitors. My name is Tolarian.
Rejoice? In the middle of nowhere?
But of course, rejoice to have met me.
And who are you exactly?
You wouldn't hail from Masgarth, perchance?
And what if we did?
Heard of the Scavengers?
Sure.
Well, here we call ourselves the Forge.
Okay, so if these are going to just do the same thing as the scavengers, that's fine.
What do you know about this less-than-fair valley?
It is sealed off from the outside, since the only exits are controlled by the Redeemers. The ruler of the valley is called Orinetis. He is some kind of magician. He lives in the city, in the upper city to be precise.
The city? What city?
This city you mentioned?
Caer Hifrid, an ancient Malakalan garrison city.
The name Caer does hint at a Manakalan origin before the Cataclysm.
A Manakalan fortress? It survived the Cataclysm?
I've been there, and the architecture is clearly imperial. There really is no accounting for taste.
You mentioned an upper city.
Aye, Orinetis and his court live there. The lower city is home to the common folk. Orinetis isn't quite as racist as the Empire was, but his inner circle, they're only high elves.
And the Redeemers controlling the valley?
What can you tell us about the Redeemers?
Giant insects, very aggressive and territorial. They live in the mountains all around the valley.
That bad?
I've never heard of any way around them.
And this bloke who is the magician in charge?
Orinetis is the ruler.
Yes, our beloved Lord Protector.
Was he already the ruler at the time of the Cataclysm?
Possibly, though I wasn't around at the time.
Unlikely. Surprising. And yet fascinating.
And what are you doing here?
Would you care to remind us of your fields of activity, friend?
Of course. You clear a place of its, shall we say, inhabitants. You tell us where, and we bring out what you left behind and resell it. And you get your fair share of the gleanings.
And your share is quite generous?
It is, but consider the time and trouble you save.
And what other services do you offer?
Information, magical components, sometimes items, and we can always use some help.
Help? What kind of help?
The profitable kind. You help us, and we help you. And, in time, out of an encounter in the swamps blossoms true friendship. Which reminds me, I have a small errand if you're interested.
We're listening. What's the job?
Deliver a pack of meat to the capital city. My friend Henrik, the butcher, will give you a receipt to bring back to me.
We'll see what we can do.
Many thanks.
A package of meat seems
We should
fairly bland.
Stay in the light.
Right, in which case, do you have stuff to trade? Because it would indicate you do by the symbol over your head. Yes, okay. What do you have? Plenty of rations. We've picked up some, but we might want more. Fairly standard weapons, although a longbow or a heavy crossbow wouldn't go amiss for some of our heroes. We've got standard magic components, standard weaponry, potions, tools, and loads of stuff that we can't buy until we improve our relationship with the people here, which is fairly standard. We've got crow feathers, parafat of the master enchanter. Your crafting speed is increased as long as you are wearing this parafat and are attuned to it. Proficient with the Malakalan rosary, supposed to be useful to enchant items. Okay, and are these +1 weapons? Primed morning stars. So these are the weapons that you need if you want to put on some kind of magical enchantment. You need a primed weapon. They've got magnesium, direwolf pelts. Well, let's sell all of these bear... Oh, these are primed gorilla pelts? They are ingredients, but I don't think we need to carry around 7 of them. Worth a whole gold apiece, huh? Jeweled ring. A valuable item you can sell at a shop. Right, let's sell these 5. Then I'm just carefully going to consider what we can do. Excuse me, game. If we go find that ring, we can not cast Identify on it. Is that because it's not in our inventory? Because we can identify ritual on a notebook there. So I'm assuming it's not a magic ring, but I want to be sure.
Arcana Vivo Oculus.
Nothing was found on the jeweled ring. So what I really need is the identify magic or whatever the spell is, because that would do it all automatically for us. But what we can do then is reorder all of that. We've got breastplate we don't need, scale mail, an extra long sword, some studded leather, noble clothes, sure, you can have that, a scarf, primed ring we'll keep. I don't need 4 brown bear pelts. The rest of this seems like stuff we can hold on to. Then the other heroes. We are not going to use this +1 scimitar. None of us are proficient with it. We don't need commoner's clothes. We've got the dried meat package. 6 hand axes seems excessive. I don't know why this one has a duration of 1 hour on it. Maybe it's confused with torches and the like. But hey, that's fine. We can sell that stuff. And down here, there's that jeweled ring. Commoner's clothing. The scrolls we want to keep, of course. Now, is there anything else that we really want? There's probably some kind of components we could get for crafting if we really wanted to be doing that. Potion of Heroism. Drink potion. Gain 10 temporary hit points. Grants blessed. 1d4 to attacks, 1d4 to saving throws. For how long? 1 hour. That's insanely good to get 1d4 to attack rolls for an hour. Problem is, it's basically half of our available funds right now, which is not great. I'd also really like the potions of healing, if I could. We should also consider, if we come into our crafting menu, we don't have a Malakanon rosary. We've got herbalism kits, smith's tools, poisonous kits, and scroll kits, but none of us have a Malakanon rosary. I don't suppose they're going to have one for sale. They absolutely are. It is 110 gold though, and currently I don't think we have any weapons we could actually cast if we wanted to, so perhaps not then. Alright, with that in mind, let's go see if anybody else in this town has stuff to say. They do. Also, just before we do that, we did get another quest, didn't we? The missing party. Samko wants to talk to you. Go find her. Is that this person? It is, okay.
Hey there.
Hi.
Name's Sanko Flint.
Hello.
Teleria must have asked you to do something for us. I'd like to ask you something too. Since I gather you're trekking through the area.
What do you need?
Some friends of mine vanished while checking some ruins nearby. as surely as if a blizzard buried them on the tundra.
And you want us to find them?
If they're alive, please bring them back. If you find proof of their deaths, I'd like to return it to their families.
What proof would that be?
They'd carry an amulet of the forge, like mine. If you find corpses with that, well, don't underestimate the dangers of this valley. I'm not sending you after a Remoraz, but watch out nonetheless.
We'll see what we can do.
Thanks, friends. Stay in the light.
Alright, another quest, and Forge Ranger is the last one here. Do you have anything to say of import? Nope, but we can rest. Alright, resting seems like not a terrible plan. We're not completely spent on resources and whatnot, but we have 9, 14, 15 ration pouches, which is very nearly 4 long rests. And I know that at least our cleric... Oh, we have a reasonable amount of spells. We could probably do one more fight without a long rest, couldn't we? It's just a case of whether I feel like I need to or have to. Well, that'll be a decision for next time. For now, though, thank you guys ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put those down below. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Cheers.